All right, y'all, and I had it muted, but Brother Martin was making an announcement about National Honor Society selling gene passes. All right, and I'll hand it on over to Mr. Wood.
All right, good morning, everybody. Mr. Wood here, Upper School Social Studies. Let's go ahead and stand. Let's do our pledges. U.S. flag. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Texas flag. Honor the Texas flag. I pledge allegiance to thee, Texas, one state under God, one and indivisible. Mission. Develop a for leaders to the development of their intellectual, moral, physical, social, and emotional skills for the global society of tomorrow. Vision. The schools today for tomorrow's leaders. Motto. Believe, achieve, succeed. Campus Corps. Engagement, encouragement, exposure, environment, excellence. Student Corps. Academia, brotherhood, character, perseverance, service. Creed. We are the Barack Obama Male Leadership Academy. We believe in the transformative powers of knowledge and wisdom. We believe that success is brought about by perseverance, not chance. We know our actions are governed by strength of character rather than whims of emotion. We resist excuses, holding ourselves accountable for our actions. We are successful through honesty, humility, and the pursuit of intellectual excellence. We are loyal to our family. We are our brother's keeper. We are committed to our community. We are servants of mankind. We have the audacity to hope. We have the audacity to succeed. We are the Barack Obama Male Leadership Academy. School song. Chances the way to achieve our actions are governed by character, honesty, humility. Excuses don't exist. We are loyal to our family, committed to our community, servants of mankind and humanity. We have the audacity to hope and succeed. We are the brothers of Barack Obama, Male Leadership Academy. We have the audacity to hope and succeed. We have the audacity to believe, achieve, succeed. We are the brothers of Barack Obama. Believe, achieve, succeed. Moment of silence. You may be seated. All right. I know we have one birthday today, at least one. Oh, there we go. All right, so today's birthdays, we have Brother Joseph Miller. Brother Joseph, are you in here? Oh, I went on the field trip, Mr. Akbar. And then Brother Derek. I don't think Brother Derek Hall is in here right now. I think he's in band. But if you see those guys around today, give them a pat on the back, tell them happy birthday as you see them. Mr. Jackson, do you want to do announcements first, or do you want to All right, so announcements. Teachers, anybody have any announcements? All right, I see one. All right, let's give Ms. Williams our attention, please.
Good morning, brothers. I'm Ms. Williams, college now advisor. So just a couple of announcements. Thursday, we will have a college fair. So just like the one in the fall, everyone is required to attend. Please don't make me work for it and make me get up and go, because you know I will. You know I will. Let's just go ahead and act accordingly. We have some really good schools coming to visit on Thursday. So that will be Thursday during your lunch hour. In addition, juniors, I don't know if they're in here or not, but for the junior class, rising seniors, you will begin ACT tutoring. You will begin ACT tutoring May 2nd. So next Tuesday during Lyceum time, just like you did for your SAT tutoring in the same room. So thank you. Let me know if you have any questions.
All right, any further announcements? Student announcements? All right, in that case, I'm gonna give a quick reminder, we need a slant. And I'm gonna hand it over to Mr. Jackson to introduce our speaker.
All right, thank you very much, Mr. Wood, for leading us this morning in Lyceum. And we do have a guest speaker, Ms. Roberson, and she's gonna speak with us. She actually is a member of the church that's very close to here, where we're gonna be having our baccalaureate, what I understand, and it also used to be where we would have our evacuation. So she came a couple weeks ago, maybe about a month ago, and introduced herself and said she wanted to get back establishing the relationship because she's doing a civics. Is that what the?
I can explain.
Okay, you'll definitely be able to explain it.
When I do my introduction.
Okay, well, she'll definitely be able to explain it. She'll do a much better job than I've done. I'm gonna have to leave at 9 o'clock. So if for whatever reason I'm not in here, then you all please make it a great day at Baldwin. I'll see you all in the hallways and in the classroom. But I'll turn it over to you, Mr. Wilson. Thank you. And Ms. Garrett, do you mind sharing the screen?
Yes, sir. I'm bringing it up right now.
All right, thank you very much. I will need your help if you can hear me. Can she hear me?
Okay, yes, ma'am, absolutely.
All right,
I'm
thank you.
here
Thank
and I'm about to bring it up.
All right, I'm gonna introduce myself to you guys. First of all, I'm dressed so strangely because I'm going to work after this. I'm a nurse at Parkland Hospital. My name is Renee Robertson. I'm also the commissioner for this district. The city council is made up of about 14 districts, and each district has a council member. Anybody know the council member for this district? Or do you know your district? This is District 8, and your council person is Tanel Atkins. Okay, that's all right. You tried. So it's Tanel Atkins, and one of the things the city council has done is they made another layer, which is commissioners for each one of their districts. So I'm appointed by the councilman to work on the environment. The environment is not just air, climate, things of that nature. It's also the man-made built environment, which includes trash, okay? So that's what I wanted to talk to you about briefly, because sometimes we can't get the adults moved on it. So we work starting at the beginning and go up. So as young people, as you guys grow, the world you're going to be in is dramatically different. And first of all, I'd like to apologize from my generation to yours. If you look around at the environment, pollution, things are a little bit of a mess. And I'd like to apologize to you for that, because you all are the ones that are going to have to help fix it, okay? So please fix this as we all age, and we'll show you how and give you guidance. Now, some of you may have an interest in science. Some of you may have an interest in history, social work, but there's some new opportunities you guys need to know about because the environment is in such a state. There are now jobs that actually green jobs, they call them. When you hear the word green this, green that, that means the environment. So there are green jobs that you have an opportunity to actually make a career out of. So start exploring those with your counselors. There's also opportunities that my generation did not have, and that's going into space. So there are going to be opportunities for you to look into civil engineering, look into engineering, look into things that NASA is doing, look into those kinds of things, because those are new opportunities. So the other thing, we'll get started. Does anybody know what went on this weekend that had to do with the environment? Anybody? What day was it? Earth Day, right. And downtown, they had Earth X. Earth X is a company that sponsors Earth Day. So I was there all weekend long. And they usually have things for youth. They have all kinds of things that you could have learned. So next year, try to get prepared so you can go to Earth Day or make your own Earth Day here. And if you want to do something for Earth Day here, let me know, and I will come out and help you with those things, okay? So we're going to go on to the slides. This first one, this is not a pitch for any one company, any one organization, but this is an organization that I belong to. It's called the Sierra Club, and the Lone Star chapter is the Dallas chapter. I did this PowerPoint with a young man who couldn't be here today because he's a student at Capel, and he's getting ready to graduate, so it's very busy. And this is a school day, so I told him what I was doing, and he gave me his blessing to present this without him. So we can move on to the next slide. These are just some quotes. I want you to imagine this path on which no one is swept aside or left alone or becomes lost. And that's what we all want to do. I noticed, I saw lots of good things in your creed. One of them was accountability. And whereas a lot of people say, I'm not my brother's keeper, you guys are stepping up to the plate and saying, I am my brother's keeper. Where most people making excuses, you all are saying, we have the audacity to not make an excuse. And I love that. So the second quote, Pope Francis addressed to the authorities of Madagascar, September 2019. That is his quote to them, because he wanted, what his vision was, all human beings, everybody, no one be left alone or left to the side of the road. Next slide. You can skip that one. That's just talking about the Sierra Club. Okay, these are some of our priorities, and these are some of the same priorities that most conservation groups have, and conservation means conserving, to save, to rescue nature. Clean air and water, smart energy solutions. What's one of the newest things coming up for smart energy? Electric cars. Yeah, I'm sorry, you were gonna say, yeah, electric cars. They're trying to go, some companies have set a deadline of 2030. By 2030, they want us to all be doing electric cars. And that may put some mechanics out of business a little bit, but they may have to change how they do things. Smart energy solutions, Texas land and wildlife legacy. One of the other things we look at is no animal should be going extinct. But if we are creating pollution, if we are doing things in such a way that those animals can no longer live, then we are impacting them. In Antarctica and places like that where it's very cold, some of those polar caps are melting. And so animals that live, thrive in the cold are being put in danger because things are warming up everywhere. Where it used to be warm, it's warmer, and where it used to be cold, it's colder. But there's a reverse to that. Some of the climates, like the North Pole, South Pole, the polar caps are melting a little bit. And most of you guys, I'm not gonna say most of you, all of you, before everybody in here, with the exception of some of the adults, before you guys were born, the climate was not like this here in Texas. It's hotter now. We have more cold winters. We didn't have to worry about the blackouts that go on in February with the ice. We didn't have to go through that, but the climate is changing, okay? Some of the rivers that children played in when I was young, you can no longer do that. So I want you guys to really pay attention to that because things are changing around you and they're changing very fast. And when I say we have to change this and turn this around, I don't mean the next century. I mean in your lifetime. Because those of us that are adults are running out of time. Next one says water for people and the environment, clean water. Everybody needs clean water. Responsible transportation choices, stable climate. A stable climate is one that is just as I said, it doesn't have as much pollution, the air is nice and clean. In this district, one of the things we have a problem with is air quality. We have a problem with the air quality because of the cement batch plants. You know what a cement batch plant is? Anybody know? What does a cement batch plant do? They crush up cement. And when you're crushing up cement, there's a fine dust that forms. And most of the batch plants, unfortunately, are south and in this district. So one of my jobs as environment commissioner is to go around and look for those and make sure they're doing what they should be doing. We can go to the next slide. These are some of the resources. If you could click on the one that says population clock, see if we can open that. If we can get that population clock going, that was pretty cool. Okay, I love this one. Take a look at that. We're gonna leave that on the screen. This is the United States and the world population. And that is interactively moving right now. So what do you think that's showing? What is that showing? He's right. It's showing how many people are living in the world, but each time that number changes, that's a birth. Yeah, that's a birth. So that's the United States population, and next to it is the world population. So each time one of those numbers change, that's a birth. That's a lot of people, isn't it? Which means a lot of what? What as people, what as humans, what do we do in our everyday life? We make trash, don't we? So that's a lot of people. If we could go to the next, go to that same slide, there's something else on there I think I want to show. That's called population clock. You can do the one that is Children's Sierra Club. And that's what it's called, but I prefer to call you guys youth. And if we can't get it open, it's not a big deal. It was just going to show you some of the things that the Sierra Club helps youth do in the school. Oh, there it goes. There's some of our youth working on climate. We don't usually travel, although we do have a Big Bend trip. This is all over the world, what they're doing to help. Now, my next question, is that something you think you guys would be interested in here? Not Sierra, but in starting some kind of an environmental team? Any of the teachers here? Is that possible? If any of them are interested? We can go back to that later, but I don't encourage you to do anything without adult supervision. And I do not encourage you to do anything against your school's creed or what your teachers want you to do, okay? That is a wonderful creed, always follow that creed. But if you are interested in starting some kind of environmental group here, let me know, and I will come out and help you. Okay, I think there's another slide. There's another email. And once again, if you can't get that one going, that one's not a big deal either. It was just showing what the students in Capel had done.
Okay, let me just check really quickly if she sent me another email.
That next email, the one I really want them to see is the one that talks about the job opportunities. There is a group called the Trinity Conservation Foundation. And every year they take interested students who are interested in learning about the environment, things of that nature, and they teach you how to test soil, water conservation, and it's not voluntarily for once, they actually pay you. And this year they're paying $11.15. It runs between June and July. And then, but the issue is you have to hurry and get your application in before May 5th. And we may not can get it pulled up. If we do not, that information will be with Ms. Jeanette, because I sent that to her. Now, what I need from you guys is to know, are there any questions? And who isn't interested in the environment, things of that nature?
Okay, Ms. Robinson, I did find that. I'm gonna pull it up for you right
Oh, you
now.
did, okay. Okay, this is an example of what some of the students at Capel High School are doing. The youngest member of the organization that I belong to is, he's 17, well, he's 17 now, 17, 18 now, he's graduating. And he's in South Lake. And he got together some of the students in his class, and they did community gardens. They taught each other how to compost, and they taught each other how to look at soil and how to grow things. So I have a question for you guys. Does anyone know what a recycling plant does? You think you know? Go ahead.
Does it recycle, create like new things like plastic bottles?
Yeah, he said it does create new things like plastic bottles. That's one of the things that it does. Is there a recycle plant near here?
No.
How many, raise your hand, how many think there is? Okay, how many think there's not? Oh, there is. There is one. It's called McCullough's Bluff. It's on 310. And they actually do tours. I talked to the supervisor from that plant, and if you took your bag of trash, when you're at home and you put things in the trash, some things that you're putting in the trash do not go in the trash. They need to go somewhere separate. I'm gonna name a couple items and you tell me if that should go in regular trash and be recycled. A pair of shoes that you can no longer wear.
Recycle.
Recycle. A bottle of Coke.
Recycle.
Okay. A can of Coke.
Recycle.
Okay, let me think of something else. What about cardboard?
Recycle.
But should that go in your regular trash?
No.
That goes paper. And do you think the items, the cartons that you get, carton of milk, carton of juice, do you think those things have a number on them? Anybody know what the number's for?
Like what recycle is. Like it's like for example, it's like this 6,000 recycled carton of milk.
No, what it does, those numbers go 1 to about 4, and it tells you what number it is, and based on the number it is, it tells you where you can recycle. So glass shouldn't go in regular trash. If you break a mirror, those kind of things don't go in regular trash. The supervisor of this plant talked to me about how they are the first ones to get the bag of trash from your kitchen. And their workers tear it open and immediately start putting things where they need to go. Behind that recycle place is a landfill. The landfills are filling up to the point that they almost have nowhere else to put that stuff. So do you see how important it is for you guys as young people to understand what you should put in the trash? And you know why it's important for you to understand that? It's not because you're growing up, it's because I want you to teach your parents. I want you to help your parents understand that these kind of things should not go in regular trash, okay? Now, does anybody have any questions? You probably do not have questions, but I want you to have contemplations. Contemplations means you think, and you're gonna think about it. So what I would like to do is maybe come back next year or in the fall, and you all spend the summer looking around at different things. Spend some time looking at trees, birds, looking at if things have changed. And if you see something, you have a question? Let's give him courtesy.
So my name is Dennis and we're talking about this today. And if we're interested in this, how can we contact you to like help us with the group stuff that you said?
Oh, see, now I'm excited. I will leave you my information at the office, okay? Any other interested people? That's a start. Right here. Okay, you guys gonna have to power down a little so we can hear. That's the problem. They cannot make more. That's the problem. Yeah, you see what I'm saying? As you think, as you contemplate any other questions, those are good questions, and that's a good, I thank you for volunteering. I'll be happy to help your group. Am I out of time? Okay. Okay, thank you guys for having me come. I'll come back again next year.
Okay, Brother Mato. I think that we want to thank Ms. Robinson for coming and sharing with us. So give her a big hand. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and dismiss the speakers. Speakers, you can go to your advisory classes.